All right, today we are continuing our journey with using ChatGPT as our YouTube coach. And so far, we haven't really done much with it. All we did was ask for some tips for some brainstorming ideas and stuff related to challenges that I'm doing, and also help with some script structuring. But today we're gonna see what else we can use ChatGPT for. But I wanted to mention that Duolingo, this icon, is very interesting. It reminds me of Escanor from that one anime, Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah, very, very interesting icon. I enjoy seeing the Duolingo icons every day. But it's really late, so let's just jump into it right away. And right now we're on Notion. This is my script for the 30 days of 50 pull-ups video that I just released recently. If you're curious to check it out, you can in my main channel. And overall, I enjoyed making the video. It was pretty quick. I scripted it in like one night. Like, I actually recorded myself starting the scripting process, and then I ended it, and then I finished the script. And I was pretty satisfied with it, so I was like, okay, let's just record and get it done tomorrow, which we did. Tomorrow then was, I think, like 4 days ago at this point. So now what we want to try, I was asking about drinking water because I'm doing this water challenge again, my third water challenge. But anyways, I'm gonna try, I don't know what ChatGPT's limit is for how much you can do for text. Like, it says you can attach a file. I guess the best thing to do is to actually do it through the computer, because if I try to copy and paste this, it seems to be able to do the whole thing. Let's just do that. Hi, so I came up with a script for the 50 pull-ups challenge that I mentioned before. Can you review it and give me advice on it and feedback? I've already created the video, but it'd be good to get the feedback for future scripts. The goal is to make it a very watchable video and overall, and have high view potential. I suppose virality, I guess. Okay, and then I just pasted everything. Okay, wow, you can actually type in that amount. That's a lot. At least my video was about 8 minutes, so at least, because I usually go by this thing that's like 150 words per minute. Speaking is sort of like I speak a little fast, so I'm more like 180 words per minute. So I'd say 180 times like 6, so over 1,000 words. I didn't know that you can type this much into ChatGPT. That's cool. Okay, let's see. Your script has a solid foundation with a clear narrative arc, personal storytelling, and engaging takeaways. Below are some feedback and suggestions to enhance its potential for virality and increase viewer engagement. Strengthen the hook. A suggestion: add a quick, powerful visual cue in the hook, perhaps a short montage of your struggles, calluses, or moments of fatigue. I actually did include the callus stuff in the beginning of my ripped callus with a little bit of dry blood. Revised hook. So they actually revised my stuff for me too. For the past 30 days, I forced myself through 50 pull-ups daily through intense pain, bloody calluses, and self-doubt. It's very hyperbolic for sure. I mean, I guess in a way it's true though. Today I'm sharing 3 life-changing lessons I learned along the way that can get you out of any slump. But first, here's why I started this crazy challenge. It's actually a pretty good change. I wouldn't have minded doing saying something like this. Like, I feel like it's snappier for sure. It's a little bit, it's not actually exaggerated, because I think everything here is pretty true. Other than intense pain. It wasn't intense pain. It was a good amount of pain, but I wouldn't call it intense. I've definitely been in more painful situations. And bloody calluses is also a little bit of a hyperbole as well. But there was definitely some self-doubt. Yeah. I just want to make sure whatever I say, it's true. Otherwise, like, I don't want to say it. But I overall think this is a good hook. Okay. Engage emotion early. While your intro sets a nice tone, it could benefit from tapping into more raw emotion early on to connect deeper with your audience. Suggestion: lean more into your emotions, how you felt physically and mentally when you realized you had lost your previous strength. All right, let's see. Coming back from Japan, I wasn't just physically weaker. I felt like I'd lost a part of myself. My friends noticed, I noticed. So I decided to take on a challenge that would push me beyond my limits and regain not just my strength, but my confidence. Dang, that's not bad. I like the confidence part. I like that. Yeah. I think that was certainly part of the mix. But overall, I feel like strength was important as well. Not that the re-scripting of this changed that at all. Okay, clarify the lessons, tease. Your 3 lessons are a strong central theme, but teasing them a bit more in the hook and throughout the script could increase anticipation. Suggestion, without giving them away, create curiosity. Stick around because lesson 2 completely changed the way I approach challenges in my life. It might do the same for you. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Create tension in phase 1 and 2. Your first attempt at the challenge offers a lot of tension and struggle, which is great for storytelling. However, emphasize this tension a bit more for dramatic effect. Suggestion, highlight the feeling of failure in phase 1 more dramatically to build tension, making the comeback in phase 2 even more powerful. By day 16, I felt defeated. It wasn't just about the physical pain anymore. It was about the mental fatigue of trying and failing that almost broke me. But that's when I realized the first phase was just a warm-up. Yeah, that's just hyperbole, because like I felt like 16 out of 30, although not the best like ratio, is not bad. And overall, like I did not feel broken by it. It was more like it was a good start. So I would not want to say something like this, but for sure I can see where it's coming from. It's good storytelling. More visuals in phase 2. The moments where you push through pain, especially when you're waking up at 3:30 to squeeze in pull-ups, are key turning points. These moments should have strong visual support. Gotcha. Honestly, ChatGPT is actually really good at this. I'm pretty amazed at how detailed and how like deep it's getting into my script and giving me like solid advice. I feel like all of this is really good advice, and had I actually tried to spend more time with the video and not rushed it because I just really wanted to get it out because I was already past my deadline, then adding some of these things in for sure would have enhanced the video, because all I did was like include some b-roll of me doing push-ups and pull-ups. Yeah, so really nice. Focus on results. Your results and takeaways section feels introspective, which is great, but you can go further by showing the physical changes before and after and emphasizing the mental growth. Okay, show your progress physically. Shots of your improved pull-ups comparing form from day 1 versus day 30, and tie that back into your mental growth. These 30 days weren't just about building muscle, they were about reawakening the strength I'd forgotten I had. So dramatic. I kind of like it. It's cool. For sure, it definitely reawakened strength that I had before. I had not forgotten it though, so I don't think I could say that. So that's a bit too much of an exaggeration, too dramatic for me, but I like it. But I think the reason why I wouldn't do this is because, well, I did show like an initial test in the beginning where all I could do was 8 pull-ups, which is really bad because my all-time record before the challenge was 15. So it's like I decreased by so much. It was all-time of 15 or 16. I keep like mixing it up. I'm not sure, but either one is just one apart. Actually, for pull-ups, it's kind of a lot. One extra is kind of a lot. But at the end of the challenge, more or less, I was able to do 17. Well, I did 17 for sure on day 28. But like a few weeks after the challenge, I think 2 or 3, I was able to do 19 pull-ups total. So I showed that. So definitely, in my opinion, a good way of showing like the before and after. But I could have definitely highlighted it a bit more. And for me personally, I can't tell if I got like, if there was definitely some differences physically for sure. Like my body was definitely slightly bigger, just ever so slightly. My chest area, my back was definitely more lean for sure. I could have definitely tried to show that a bit more, but I wasn't like that good at recording like that in detail. And it's not like, I know a lot of people, I feel like it's a pretty good clickable thing. So I should definitely lean into that more if I ever do more challenges regarding like physical activities. Stronger call to action. Your call to action is solid, but can be more direct in driving engagement, such as encouraging viewers to take their own challenge. Include a direct challenge to the viewers. I challenge you to take on your own 30-day transformation, whether it's pull-ups, learning a new skill, or breaking a bad habit. Just start. And if you're ready for the next challenge, don't miss my upcoming video that might change your life by 100-fold. Yeah, it's taking from my script because I was talking about like a challenge that I'm going to talk about soon, that I'm actually going to script or try to get some advice from ChatGPT today. And it says bonus tips for virality. Add humor. Inject small moments of humor, especially when discussing the pain and struggle. Self-deprecating humor can lighten the mood. Yeah, I feel like I'd didn't really do too much with humor for that video. It was pretty straightforward. I should definitely try to inject more of my actual personality, the one that I show on camera, like for this channel, my personal channel. I feel like whenever I script things, I leave out a lot of my own personality. I include my anecdotes and my stories and everything like that, but it's like I don't really, I kind of make it super concise, so it's very, very quick, and I don't really leave moments or too many moments where it's more unscripted, I guess. I don't know. I mean, because all of it is scripted, so it's kind of a hard balance, I feel. I will eventually get there. Okay, viewer interaction. Ask for feedback at a midpoint, not just at the end. So have you ever taken a challenge like this? Let me know in the comments. Maybe you'll inspire my next one. Okay. Clickbait thumbnail. Again, it uses the word clickbait, but I prefer legit bait from Veritasium. Make sure your thumbnail has a strong visually captivating element like a picture of your hands with calluses or a tired sweaty face with bold text like no days off or internal bleeding. Yeah, I would not do that. No days off, I suppose. What I ended up doing is I just took a picture of myself doing a pull-up and then added 50 daily, and I thought that was good enough. Not the best thumbnail in my opinion, but it was the thumbnail I envisioned, so I just went with it. Summary of key points. Tighten the hook to grab viewers' attentions faster. Okay, well, this is just everything they've already said. This script has great potential, and with these adjustments, it can drive more engagement and tap into viewers' emotions and curiosity. Keep up the momentum. Thanks, man. ChatGPT you're pretty solid with revising scripts. That's not bad at all. I like that. Of course, I didn't think all of the advice was good, but like 80% of it was pretty darn solid. Like I would actually change my script in some ways to match their suggestions, because I do think that it made it punchier and more dramatic sometimes and more interesting to watch for sure. And I think for me, I'm okay with like making my main channel more like that, more dramatic, more like storytelling driven and all that stuff, versus this channel where I'm just like literally talking to the camera very candidly and very like my open thoughts basically. And I always do like videos where at the end of challenges or in the middle or in the beginning, I talk to the camera, and I post that in my personal channel anyway. So that's like the most candid, sort of unedited, unfiltered thoughts for the challenge. So I think that's good enough for keeping the integrity of the challenge, like spoken in complete, like unfiltered, raw, like honesty, versus when I post on the main channel, like things can be a bit more like told in a fun way, I suppose. My light just died. Okay, so what we're gonna do from here is, let me look at my list. I wanted to create basically 2 scripts at once, 2 or 3 scripts at once, probably just 2. I don't have too much time because I do have to sleep before 11:30. That is one challenge that I'm doing, is a sleeping challenge to make sure my sleep schedule is like perfect. Today it was kind of ruined because I woke up super early, and I just had like stuff I really wanted to do. So, but yeah, okay. So audio journaling and 30 days of zero entertainment. Okay, let's do the audio journaling first. Thanks. That was really solid advice. I will try to apply that for the next script, which I'm going to start now. It's going to be about my video on doing 30 days of audio journaling and how it had a massively positive effect on my life. I was wondering if you can help me out with the structure of that script in maximizing the, I'm just gonna call it viral potential. I just feel like that's the easiest way. Maximizing the viral potential. And also, for some context, the heart of the message is that audio journaling is one of the best forms of journaling that I've experienced. I have journaled for 10 years now. I started in March 2014, and it was basically entirely a digital written journal on Google Docs until last year, where I started adding photos, and then now it's an audio journal. The effects, it's a powerful way to really reflect on what you did during the day, as well as just getting your honest thoughts out while being able to actually hear the honest intonations in your voice compared to reading what you wrote, which can sometimes mask the truth. Not the truth, but the complete picture. Okay, that's good enough. I think ChatGPT will get the idea. All right, now it's giving me a structure, and start with the strong, blah, blah, blah. They have an example. I've been journaling for 10 years, but in the last 30 days, I discovered something that completely changed the way I see my thoughts in my life, and it wasn't writing. Quick jump cut or visual flash to emphasize. It was audio journaling, and here's why I think it's the most powerful form of self-reflection I've ever tried. Definitely maybe the way I presented it was very cheesy, but like I didn't think it was as good as the push-up stuff or pull-up stuff. I still like it though. Not bad. Paint a relatable picture about the limitations of traditional journaling, whether it's digital or written, and how you hit a plateau after years of doing it. 10 years of daily entries, I sort of feel like my written words weren't capturing the full picture. I wasn't truly reflecting, I was just writing. Introduction to audio journaling, introduced the concept of audio journaling by explaining how it contrasts with written journaling. So they really took the comparison part of this very, very to heart. I think it's a little bit too strong, but now they have the 30-day journey, emotional impact, heart of the message. Here you want to share a powerful personal insight that will resonate deeply with viewers, emphasize how audio journaling became more than just a tool, it became a way for you to connect with your true self in a way you hadn't done before. It's actually very true. I feel like audio journaling has helped me become way, way more connected with myself for sure. Written words can only go so far. What you sound like when you're talking about something, the pauses, the emotion in your voice, it shows you how you really feel in ways that words on a page just can't. It's almost like having a conversation with yourself. It is having a conversation with yourself. Yeah, ChatGPT is really good at this. I am amazed again. Like I think I'll just consistently be amazed that this is just an AI telling me all this stuff, because it's speaking to what I'm asking for very, very specifically, and it's not being broad, which is oftentimes difficult. I feel like even when you ask real people for advice for certain things, they are still general sometimes. Not everyone. If they have a lot of experience with the question you're asking, of course they're going to be more specific, but for this, it's like, I don't know, it's not surface level. It's really solid advice. I really like it. I think this is a great tool, honestly, right now I'm primarily using it for script writing for the YouTube stuff, not really the bigger picture of YouTube yet. Just because I want to get these videos out. I've had these on the list for a while. I've already completed this challenge like a month or two ago. Same with the next video. I completed it like pretty much 30 days ago. Clarity through sound. You can't hide from your own voice. Results in transformation. Call to action. Use sound design. Incorporate audio elements like sound of your voice entries or background sounds of you recording. Fast cuts for early engagement. Visual cues for audio transformation. Highlight personal growth. Enticing thumbnail. Title pair. The self-reflection tool you're missing. Why I gave up writing for audio journaling. I think I'll ask for better titles. I'm not sure these are... Technically, I still journal. It's definitely less than before because of the audio journal, but I still do. It's like I keep a written record of what I do. And then for the emotional aspect, I kind of talk more to the microphone, to this thing right here, Rode Wireless Pro. Pretty solid. I mean, actually, for the past 20 or so, I've been using this microphone actually, just because it's like a special thing. It's a different 30-day challenge that also is kind of like audio journaling, but with a theme basically. And that's a different challenge. Like I am literally doing at least like 8 30-day challenges at once. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I am doing it. and it's going well. Like all of them are going pretty well. They're all going through, they all have a phase of like a warm-up period, like I mentioned for the pull-up video. And then it eventually becomes really consistent and easy. So, and I learn a lot from it. So it's really, really good. My issue is that once I finish all these challenges, it's like, well, there's always more. There's always more, for sure. There's always more. I just don't want to overwhelm myself too much. So I'm trying not to add too many. Anyways, this was a really solid structure right here. I'll take some of it. I'll take some of the advice. And then I'll create a script, and I think I might actually have ChatGPT review it before I record it this time and maybe use some of it. I really, as long as it resonates with me and as long as it's something that is like like true, then I will use it. Otherwise, obviously I'll leave it out. And if it's just a dramatized version of the truth, then that's fine too. Like as long as it's not stretching it too far, as long as it's just like a little added not drama, but like flavor, a little added flavor, a little bit added fun, I guess, and emphasis, all that stuff. I'm fine with that. I think it's cool to deliver it in a dramatic fashion for the main channel, primarily. I think for here, I'll always just deliver it quite straightforwardly. Let's see. But yeah, the audio journal stuff has been really, really good. I think it really helped like a lot to get me back into the routine in California after spending so much time in Japan. Like just like talking to myself and like really reflecting on what I've been doing. And it helped a lot with pushing me towards the Zero Entertainment Challenge, which I will ask about right now. Thanks for the structure. Now I want to make a script for a different video. It's the Zero Entertainment for 30 Days Challenge, where I basically didn't watch any form of entertainment, video, books, audiobooks, or anything, basically. I said basically twice, okay. It's the Zero Entertainment for a challenge where I basically didn't watch any form of entertainment, videos, books, audiobooks, or anything. I succeeded by doing it for 35 days and actively took a 2-day break. And now I've continued and am on a 50-day streak. Let me just check. 56 day. Okay. 56 days total. I basically, let's just make this simpler. Let's say, and now I've renewed the challenge because it truly has changed my life in extreme ways. I am able to work on my projects more. I started doing other fun challenges that I'm consistent with. I practice piano every day. I work on video stuff every day. I'll just say content creation, which also involves my work every day. I'm more excited about life and just getting things done. I feel a great sense of clarity. Let's see. The main message behind the video is to just highlight that I'm in a phase of my life where I've had enough constant consumption of entertainment and spending my time on things that don't really matter. I understand that others might not be in that phase, but for me, I think by dropping it, I've been able to recover time back for a lot of things I care about, and it has truly changed my life. Like I think for this one challenge, like it really has changed my life. Like the push-up and the pull-up thing was really good for making me feel confident about consistency, but this challenge and the audio journaling thing really helped me with connecting with myself. Those two things combined gave me the confidence that I can do something like this. So when I started it, or basically what happened was I watched like a shit ton of YouTube 1 week, and I was like, you know, I have some ideas that I want to try. I want to get things done, but instead I just watched a whole bunch of YouTube. This was like maybe like at this point 60-ish days ago, and from there I just like started the challenge. And like I said, I had 35 straight days of just not watching anything, and then an active 2-day break, and then I restarted the challenge again, and then I had another 2 days where this time I didn't actively choose to do it. I should mention that. It was a bit of a struggle in the beginning, but overall the challenge for the first 35 days was pretty simple because I was just ready to get things done and not be distracted. After I renewed the challenge, I did slip up for 2 days where it was actually related to the Tesla thing. I made a video about how like I made a bet where I thought Tesla stock was going to go down, so I made an options, and then I was very lucky and I was right. So I ended up getting a good extra $1,000, which is cool. And what happened was for that like bet, I wanted to actually make sure that it was a good bet, so I ended up watching the cyber the cyber taxi, the robo taxi event. So that was a failed day. And the next day after that, I was curious about people's opinions and thoughts about it. So I also ended up watching some YouTube that the day afterwards. I think actually I slept up for 3 days because the day after that I let that momentum build. And there was also a really, really busy day. So it was like right after the Robotaxi event, I had like this whole big day where it was like a photo shoot thing that I was doing. And then I was super tired at night, watched the Robotaxi like reviews and people's thoughts on it. And then the next day I was just like, that momentum carried over and I was like, damn, this, like, I just feel like relaxing today. Like I don't feel like doing anything. So that's why I ended up watching some anime actually. ReZero season 3 came out. First episode was kind of like a little boring. Like it was good to get back into it though. The ending was good. Super long episode. Anyways, I still like it. I still enjoy entertainment, but I just don't want to be consumed by it. I don't want to waste any time by it. So what I'm doing right now is basically 30 days of like not watching anything and then having like 2 days where I can do it. You know, I can just catch up on shows, catch up on stuff. I feel like that's not actually that much. Like if I wanted to keep up with an anime, for instance, if 30 days pass, that's just 4 episodes. And 4 episodes is usually like 2 hours. So that's, yeah, it's like 2 days just to watch maybe like 2 animes or something, like catch up on it. Or like watch a movie or 2, something like that. It's good enough, right? Catch up on a few YouTube videos like Chris Gazette. I like watching that. And MKBHD, I watch a lot of him as well. So yeah, it's that's my rhythm right now. And because I basically failed the second renewed challenge because of my lack of insight on my own like self. I should be typing this to ChatGPT, honestly. But like I should have known that I wanted to tune in for that event, and I would have been super curious about like what people thought of it as well. So I should have just planned those days instead of like trying to avoid it and then just like giving into it. Because like to me, in my opinion, like actively choosing to take a break is completely different from like giving in. And there was actually a week I am going to type this into ChatGPT. After I renewed the challenge, the weekend after, a week after, I definitely felt the desire, and it was a bit tough to hold back, but I did because I wanted to make sure that I stay committed. But I ended up flipping up for 3 days because I wanted to tune in to an event that I was extremely curious about. I ended up watching it and the momentum made it hard to stop. So I failed for 3 days total, but I'm back on it. It's been a week after, and I'm going strong, and I'm going to do it for another. I will be doing it for quite a while actually, and I'm pretty confident this time that everything will be fine because there's no like crazy event happening anytime soon. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Okay, another 5 weeks, another 5 weeks straight. That's because I will be like very, very busy for the next 5 weeks. I'm not gonna have any time to even do it, so I think it'll be easy. Okay, but I'm back on it. It's been a week after. I'm going strong. I'm going to do it for another 5 weeks straight. I feel like I learned a lot from the failure the second time around because the first 35 days was pretty easy. It does take some will and strength to avoid it when you have the desire for it, but I kept reminding myself that I have a lot to do and things I want to do and that I don't want to be distracted. So there's the context for that script. Can you help me with structuring the script? That was kind of very long. Oh my gosh. I basically explained a lot of the journey. I think I definitely left some stuff out, but it's fine. Let's just check it out. Here's a structure to follow, focusing on making it engaging and highlighting the massive benefits you've experienced. I also want to say, like, I should have probably told this to ChatGPT as well. The only exceptions to this challenge are two things. One is tutorials. Like for instance, if I need to like learn how to set up a piece of equipment or technology, and I have to watch a video to do that, of course I'm going to do that. I'm not going to avoid it. That's just dumb. And then number two is the stuff that my girlfriend sends me. So like sometimes she sends me like cute dog videos or something that lasts like 20 seconds. I can't just tell her like I'm going to ignore it. I have to watch it. So I do watch those. And those are the only exceptions. Yeah, so tutorials and yeah, stuff my girlfriend sends me. Okay, I gave up all entertainment, no videos, no books, no audiobooks, nothing for 30 days. And not only did I succeed, I pushed it to 35 days straight. The results, life-changing, but it wasn't all smooth sailing. I slipped up, learned some powerful lessons, and now I'm back on track, stronger than ever. If you've ever wondered what your life would be like without constant entertainment, let me show you what happens when you decide to get your time back. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. Intro why I did this. Personal reasoning. Briefly explain that you've reached a point in your life where it's no longer fulfilling. Mention how you're ready to take control of your time again. Okay. Clear boundaries. Lay out the ground rules. Explain what you cut out completely. Any allowed exceptions, if any. Oh, look at that. So phase 1, the first 35 days. Immediate benefits. Talk about the initial positive changes, how easy or difficult it was to adapt to the first few days week. At first, I expected this to be a major struggle, but surprisingly, I found it almost easy. Yes, it's taken what I said very well and is structuring it very well. Like honestly, this team might be able to script this video for me at this point because I've given it so much context. But surprisingly, I found it almost easy. I had already reached a point where I just wanted to get things done and without distractions. I found myself diving headfirst into projects I had been putting off for months. Very, very true. Productivity gains. Highlight the incredible increase in your productivity and enjoyment in everyday life. Mention piano practice, content creation, and other challenges you started. Suddenly, I was blah, 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 blah. Okay, got it. Nice. Yeah. ChatGPT is really good at this. Gosh, I know I'm like repeating myself saying this, but like it really is solid. Like when you're the one who's giving the information and like you have this message and everything, you want to convey it and you want to structure it well. And like if you're not good at writing, like, oh my gosh, ChatGPT can help you so much with just like organizing your thoughts and putting it in an organized way, and also potentially scripting some of it for you if you need it. Like it's really, really good at that. And I'm just discovering this like literally right now, because for my push-up and pull-up video, like I thought it did an okay job. It's like it said stuff that I would have already said and that I already had ideas for. But for these ones that are a bit looser, you know, they put it in ChatGPT puts it in a really good way that like I had not thought of yet. And I think that to me is what surprises me. It's like I have not thought of these lines. I have not like thought of this. I mean, the rules of the challenge, that's very simple. Phase 1. So some of the structure for sure, like that's simple, but like these lines are very good. Like they're well written and I feel like I could easily use them because they're very, very true. Like they resonate with me a lot. So like you just got to give ChatGPT like a crap ton of context and like it can do some wonders, definitely. Okay, let's just keep going. Something blah, blah, blah. Okay, lessons from success. What it felt like to take control, clarity and focus. I didn't realize how much noise entertainment created in my life until it was gone. The clarity I experienced mentally, emotionally was unbelievable. I woke up every day excited about what I could accomplish. Yeah, I don't know if I woke up every day excited. I definitely woke up every day with a clear head. I definitely woke up every day like wanting to get things done. I think a part of me was kind of angry at myself for like wasting so much time in my entire life. So it was less excitement and more like, man, you better get shit done, bro. Like this is it, you know? Like we are like burning time. We're in our late 20s basically. So we're gonna hit 30 pretty soon eventually. It feels very soon. So I'm just like, I gotta get stuff done. Like honestly. So it's less excitement, more like just I can't describe this feeling. What's the word? I don't know the word for it. Just tired of not getting things done, I guess. Okay. Phase 2, the slip up. The break and relapse. Explain what happened when you renewed the challenge and how you felt after the first slip up and why it was harder the second time. After 35 days, I felt unstoppable, so I gave myself a 2-day break to celebrate and renew the challenge. But after a week, the temptation hit me hard and I slipped up for 3 days straight. It was frustrating, but it was also eye-opening. I hadn't realized how much I relied on entertainment as a crutch until I slipped. Lessons from failure. Learning and moving forward, how you bounce back. Talk about how you didn't let the slip up stop you and how you're now more committed than ever to finishing the renewed challenge. Set a beating myself up, I realized that this slip was an important lesson. The first 35 days were easy because I was ready, but now I had to build up the strength to stay disciplined even when it wasn't easy. That's what made the second phase even more rewarding. And it's very true. I feel like the slip up was a pivotal moment. Like I could have either taken that really poorly and just like been like, I succeeded 35 days straight. That was good enough. Or I did what I did, which is like, I gotta get back on this. So that's what I did. And it was hard. It definitely was. Like my brain was like going back to it and was like being like, it's not that bad, but it is a time sink. It's a huge time sink. The mental shift. Highlight the mental fortitude and resilience you gained and how the slip up made you even more determined. In a weird way, failing actually helped me grow more. It reminded me that real discipline doesn't come from perfection. It comes from how you handle these moments when you slip and fall. Very, very true. Results and takeaways. How this changed your life. Now I'm more focused than ever. I'm diving into my work and personal projects. I'm practicing piano every day. I feel a sense of accomplishment that no amount of entertainment could ever give me. That is so true. That is so true. Like, yeah, that is a line that's like straight out of my heart, man. Like, and something I didn't like fully know until ChatGPT just told me. Like, damn. Like, yeah, I'm loving this. This is like way more like useful than I expected it to be. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not expect ChatGPT to be like this good. Like, wow. Okay, advice for viewers. Encourage viewers to try it if they feel like entertainment is taking over their lives, but acknowledge that this might not be for everyone. Exactly. Look, I get it. This kind of challenge isn't for everyone, but if you feel like your life could use a little more focus, or if you're tired of wasting hours on things that don't matter, try cutting out entertainment for a week, 30 days, whatever feels right for you. You might be shocked at how much time you actually have to create, grow, and thrive. That's solid. Shoot, man. I feel like ChatGPT can write this script for me, like for this one, like specifically. It's like so good at it. It's so good. All right, call to action. What's the longest you've gone without any entertainment? Let me know in the comments. And if you're thinking about trying this challenge, tell me what you like to accomplish with all that extra time. I'm deep into 30-day challenges right now. I literally used this line in my previous video. What the heck? I guess maybe it's taking from my previous script. Interesting. I wonder if it's like able to. I wonder if it is taking from my previous script. That's very interesting. Okay, so if you want more, check out my 50 pull-ups challenge, or my audio journaling experiment that's completely transformed my mindset. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. That's pretty good. Yeah, man. Okay, yo, I'm actually pretty psyched about this. Like, I feel like my mind has completely changed about using ChatGPT for this. Like, at first I was kind of skeptical. I was like, is it going to be useful? Am I just going to do the same stuff? Which is sort of like what happened for the first video, but for these two, I feel like it's really, really solid. Especially like, it's kind of a good thing that I went into the whole challenge and kind of told ChatGPT basically the whole experience, because this blurb right here of me just spilling it out turned into like a good structure and some good scripting, thanks to ChatGPT. Of course, if I just mentioned the challenge alone, like if I just said, oh yeah, give me a structure for this challenge alone, without giving any context, I don't think ChatGPT could have done this, obviously, because it used so much of the context and made the script very specific to it, and structure also specific to it. So yeah, I'm wondering, like, I gave context for the audio journaling as well, but I probably could have given more. And I think with more context, the structure and the example scripts that they give would have been even better. Dang, this is honestly a really, really powerful tool. Like, I have half a mind to use like 80% of some of the stuff that they said, because like I honestly resonate super, super closely to the script. Like, it feels like stuff that I would have generated myself had I not seen it. Like, I would have eventually gotten to the point where like I said some of these things, because it is kind of what I said in the blurb, right? so yeah, it's just a better, more well-written thing of what I said in the blurb, of my spilled out thoughts, but like structured in the way that I would want it for the video, like just finalized like that. That's so cool. Like, honestly, I think this is one of the first few times I've actually really been satisfied and happy with ChatGPT. Wow. I mean, like, obviously I've used it plenty of times and I've appreciated it and I thought it was helpful, but like, this is the first time I'm really like wowed by it, like really amazed by the stuff that it's producing. and it has turned 11, so I gotta finish this up. But I think this is really, really, really good, and I'm going to create my scripts, both of them, tomorrow based on these two things. And I do have one more that I sort of want to create, but I guess 2 at a time is probably my max for now. And yeah, I think like I said, as long as it resonates with me and it's like very, very true, like I don't mind using some of the stuff that ChatGPT says. And especially since it's like, once again, taken from me, like it's actually using some of my lines. It's using a lot of the things that I told it. And yeah, I don't know. It's so eloquent. It's just so eloquent. It works. It just works so well. And I feel like, yeah, I really do feel like it's talking for me. It's amazing. Yeah, part of me feels like a little like confused, because I know I want to create my own original script, of course, but like having read what ChatGPT just wrote, it's like, it just works so well that I want to use it. I want to use some of it for sure. And it is my story, basically, but it is basically ChatGPT's retelling of my story based on the context and everything that I've given it. I know I'm repeating this, but I'm just like so amazed. And I'm debating with myself. It's like, how much of it should I use? Because I know it's like, I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, I want to be my own writer. I want to be my own scripter. I want to write my own script, you know? But at the same time, like the way ChatGPT put it is, it's so good that like, I don't know if I can write something like necessarily better than that. Because for me, I'm not necessarily like a good writer or anything like that. I kind of just make YouTube videos, right? I just write YouTube videos, scripts for YouTube videos. That's like, and journaling. That's the extent of my writing experience. I'm not somebody who writes prose or like fiction or anything like that. So my writing ability is definitely limited. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a bit of a moral question. And a part of me feels like at this moment, I don't necessarily mind. I know some people would have issues with it, but I feel like because of how much input I gave it and how specific it is to my input, like I'm more okay with it. Yeah, I'll see. Like, yeah, I'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure right now. But I am leaning towards using a good amount of it for sure. Yeah, it'll also save me time because I have so many other things that I need to do as well. And I think that's another big factor in this. Yeah, I don't know. If you're watching, if you were me, like what would you do? Like honestly, like I'm very, very curious. Is it like something that you just would not do because it crosses some sort of principle of yours? Or is it just like, you know, based on what you've seen, is it good enough because it's basically my input that's influencing it? That's like why it's saying what it's saying? Or is that not enough for you? I'm just curious if you were me. And yeah, it's just something I'm curious about, other people's opinions about. But yeah, this was really solid. Yeah, we spent a lot of time doing this, but it was a really, really good experience. And yeah, I feel like I've discovered like a really, really new good use for this tool for sure. I'm definitely going to be doing this for future videos. Yeah. To me, like my main videos, they're like at least the script for it, right? It's like an essay, right? You're writing a story and like you write it, you rewrite it, and until you refine it, and then you sort of build upon it by like adding the visuals and then adding the music and all that stuff. So it's like a whole, like there's like a whole process to it. And I feel like having a tool like this that can help you with each part of the process is very, very nice, because you don't have to like think about it completely on your own. Like you have something that gives you recommendations and suggestions. And I'm thinking a good way to use it for the next step is to just like ask it for like, what do you think would be good like visuals or like good B-roll, because that's sort of what it was doing earlier as well. It doesn't do it every time, but like after inputting a script and just asking for feedback and then like visuals, like yeah, I really feel like you can come up with like a really refined video using ChatGPT. Really, really great tool. But I'm going to end it here because I really, really need to sleep soon. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.